Hi, I am back with a midweek mindset and I'm changing things up. The Tuesday tip bits, the 2-minute tips I really like. Yesterday was just hectic. So maybe the monthly midweek mindsets will become a thing which are longer, and I'll do the Tuesday 2 minutes on most Tuesdays. We will see. However, I would love to share with you this midweek mindset gem that has come up several times in the last week. It came up with a client on Thursday last week. And then it came up again with another client 2 days ago. And then it came up again this morning with a wonderful woman who's going to do a 1-day intensive with me on Friday. And it is this: the rich don't rush. And the rich don't rush is something that it came up in the session with my client last Thursday. But I was like, where does this come from? And I can't remember the book. It's some chick lit novel thing. And one of the characters is rushing around and all stressed and hectic. And she saw this woman walking down the street, dressed immaculately, carrying, I don't know, a Hermes and Chanel bags or whatever it was, and was just strolling down the street and looked across the traffic and walked across the road in central London, taking her time. And the original character was like, oh, why is it the rich never rush? Like, they have the time and space. Now, obviously, we're not all that rich, right? If you are that rich, do you need to rush? No, because I don't know, if you have children, you've probably got a nanny. If you've got someone else doing everything else for you, maybe you don't even have to work. But there's that really lovely element. And how does this relate to vocal confidence, to life confidence, to communication? Because so often when I'm working with people, one of their biggest challenges is, I just want to get it over and done with. Or when I'm speaking, I know that my voice, suddenly I'm speaking like this and I'm speaking too fast and there's the panic. And I really, really, really invite you to start thinking about the concept of the rich don't rush. Now, obviously, we're not all super rich. I used to work for someone who was a multi-billionaire, and he actually was an example of this. He would often be late. He would not care about things like, oh, I don't know, a taxi that's waiting outside for him for 25 minutes, which was one example. And I told the taxi driver, I said, you know what? You've got other fares. You need to earn a living. Go. This guy always runs late. When he comes out, I'll take his wrath. I'll book him another taxi. We'll do it. And that's exactly what happened. Where's my taxi? La, la, la. I was like, he was waiting for you, Jim, for 20 minutes. He has to make a living. Blah, blah, blah. I will have a taxi with you within 3 minutes. But I let him get on with his day, right? Because Jim was like multi-billionaire, did not care about this other person having a life. His time was his time to take. So what if you allowed yourself, when you are in those speaking situations that you currently find challenging, all the time in the world? What if mentally you acted as if you had plenty of time? Even if you are rushing, even if things are running late, even if there are 100 other things to do. If you've been watching my videos, you know by now, I'm always doing a million things. But I've started using this in the last week since I've been sharing it with my clients. And even this morning, my alarm went off 3 minutes before my first meeting. And I just finished drying my hair. And I was like, okay, but the rich don't rush. What if this 3 minutes were as long as possible? And I did my hair slowly and I just put it up and I was calm and I still got my hot water and I was still at my desk by 9 o'clock. But instead of being at my desk like, okay, got my hair. Oh no, now I've got to do it again. Okay, water. Oh, forgot this. I didn't forget things. I took my time. I allowed my time to be as if I were time rich. So what if you acted as if you had plenty of time? What if you acted as if you could take up all the space and time that you need to get your point across clearly, succinctly, to share your ideas, to be heard? Because so many of the people I work with really don't. One of the fears of speaking is being seen, because when we speak, people turn to look at us. And very often that means people shrink. It's like, oh no, I don't want to take up space. Oh, now people are looking at me. But what if you allowed yourself to take up both time and space? And actually, by doing that, you slow down your brain. So your brain isn't rushing, trying to find the right answer. You're allowing yourself time to think ahead so that when you speak, the words are already there. And even if something goes wrong, please bear with me. Let me just find the right word. Now, I'm not saying that you eat into other people's time like my old boss used to. I just think that's rude, right? So by being time rich, acting as if you were super rich with time, I don't mean you then go into other people's time, or you say it's going to be 5 minutes and then it ends up being 10. But maybe you don't panic if that 5 minutes ends up being 6. Or you're like, I'm aware that I have gone over my time. I am wrapping up now. Please bear with me. So you allow that, but you don't then just steal other people's time, because that's just rude. And then you end up being Jim, who quite frankly was rude and annoying. And I treated him in that way too. Right? I had the ability to say, no, Jim, I sent that taxi on his way because you weren't respecting his time. Because there's being time rich and allowing yourself to take all the time you need so that you can find the right words, so that you can have the confidence. And also, when we're rushing, when we're going like this, it just doesn't sound confident unless you're excited. If you're excited about something, then very often the energy is higher, the energy is faster, and you're speaking faster. And that's okay, because then you gather your people into your energy, and this still isn't rushing, but this is taking people along. So I implore you, I beg you, I'm getting excited about this concept of the rich don't rush. And I invite you to let yourself take time to act as if you were rich. And you were that person strolling across the busy London street, taking your time, taking up space, allowing yourself to be both seen and heard in those situations that you currently find challenging. If this resonates with you and you'd like more tools, tips, and techniques, then please head over to my self-study online courses at yourwholevoice.thinkific.com. I've got a ton of free videos there that you can watch in your own time. They are 5 to 15-minute lessons, because I'm aware that people's time might sometimes be restricted. So you don't have to sit down and do the whole course together. Watch the free videos, see if you like them. Those courses start at just £22. Or if you love in-person, I've got a 2-day workshop happening on the 15th and 16th of July in Waterloo. This is my flagship workshop. It has changed lives. I've been running it for 7 years. It is amazing. It has shifted and adapted in that time, and it's going through maybe a phase of adapting again in the next couple of years or next year. I am thinking of expanding it, shifting it, working it slightly differently. So I invite you to come to that. It's a Friday and Saturday. Give yourself the time. Let yourself be time rich, to invest that time in yourself, to find your more confident self, your more confident voice, be able to have those challenging conversations, to share your ideas, to give presentations, to do lives like this without thinking, ugh. So that workshop is amazing. You can find that on the events page of my website, yourwholevoice.com/events. Or if you just like my vibe and you want a little bit more of me, then feel free to get in touch and we can have a one-to-one chat and find out how I might be able to help you take that time, take up space, share your voice. Because when you liberate your voice, you truly liberate your life in so many ways. Okay, take care. I'll be back on Tuesday with a 2-minute tip, and I will see you soon for another Midweek Mindset. in the not too distant future. Take care.